Okay, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to spray a flat coat over this part. Now usually I do a flat coat right before I do any pastel weathering or when I'm just about done with a kit. That means I've got the decals on, I've got the panel lines done. Now reason why I'm flat coating this now is for example later on when I do panel lines. But I'm just going to go ahead and flat coat. Right now I have flat coat in my airbrush. And I could also use Mr. Super Clear as a flat, but then just to have a little bit more control, I have it on my airbrush. So what I do is I'm gonna put my airbrush pressure up to about maybe 25 psi, spray from a distance, and just slightly coat the surface of the kit. Now it's gonna look a little wet, but once this dries, this will be a nice, flat finish. You don't want to spray too much of this because what you'll end up having is an effect called frosting. Well, it'll basically turn the pieces very, very white and frosty looking. That's a sign of putting too much flat coat on the surface. So you can see right now, it's got a completely different surface look to it in comparison with this piece, which has not been flat coated. Now what the flat coat does is it sprays tiny little particles onto the surface that refract the light, so that there's actually tiny little bumps on the surface of this part in comparison to this, where you see the paint's still nice and kind of glossy.